Okay, this is for Algebra 1. We're spending a little more time looking at slope. Slope is very important. I guarantee it will show up on your end of course test in the spring. If they give you a graph with a line over it and they want you to find the slope, you have a couple of options. You can find two good points, such as right here and right here. Then you're going to have a rise and you're going to have a run. Remember that slope is rise over run. Okay, so you got to have your up and down on top and your across on the bottom. So I go up 2, and I'm going 1, 2, 3, over 4. So M is slope, and my rise is 2, and my run is 4. My line goes up to the right, so it is a positive slope. I do need to reduce this if I can, so my slope is a positive 1/2. You could also have taken those points and put them into stat. So like this point here is 1, -1. And then this point over here is -3, -3. And you could take your calculator, and remember it works a little different than the one when I do it on the computer. So you're going to go to Stat, Edit, and your X values go in L1, so 1 and -3. Your Y values go in L2, so -1 and -3. Stat, over to Calc. Choose 4 for linear regression, go down to calculate and press enter, and it tells you sure enough that your slope is equal to 0.5, which is the same thing as 1/2. I don't care which way you do this. All right, so here we have another one, and so I've got my two good points, and I've got to figure out my rise and my run. I'm going up 1, 2, 3. I'm going over 1, 2. So my slope, my rise is 3, over my run is 2. Now, what you have to be aware of is that this is going down to the right, which means it's a negative slope. You could also have gone to stat. If you use stat, you would have had 2, -2 as a point, and 4, -5 as a point. So if we went to Stat Edit, my X values, which go in L1, are 2 and 4. My L2 is -2 and -5. Back to Stat, over to Calc. 4 for linear regression, go down to Calculate and press Enter. And -1.5 is what they say A is, which means M for slope. And if you were to change -3 divided by 2 into a decimal, you would get -1.5. And I will take it as a fraction or a decimal. We really like for slope to be a fraction because it's the whole rise over run stuff, but I will accept it either way. So then if they give you a point, you are going to go to Stat and over to Calc, and not over to Calc, you're going to go Stat Edit and change your L1s 18 and -3. L2 should be 2 and 5. Stat Calc 4, go down to Calculate, Enter, and it's a really weird decimal, so we're just going to round it. M is equal to -0.143, and that would be my answer. So here's another one, Stat Edit. My L1 is 8 and -12. L2 is 0 and 6. Stat Calc 4. Go down to Calculate, Enter, and M is equal to -0.3. It stops. It's what we call a terminating decimal, so you just write that, and that's all there is to it. You could also have done it the whole subtract the y's on top and the x's on bottom. 6 minus 0 over -12 minus 8, and you would get 6 over -20, which reduces to a -3 over 10, which is the same thing as -3/10. I don't care which way you do it. I'll take it as a decimal. I'll take it as a fraction. Make sure you have the sign correct. Okay, so that was your notes for Slope Worksheet number 2. Do the best you can, work really hard, and if you have any questions, I'll go over them with you later.